Hi, I'm Todd Heitkamp, the owner of Dakota Angler here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, with this week's 2-minute fishing report. Yes, folks, I'm back to reality, and honestly, it's good to be back. And I want to thank all of you for your patience during the past couple of weeks on the minimal fishing report that we've had out on the website and on Facebook page. But my family, my wife, and I, we all had a fantastic time. So again, I appreciate your patience. And once again, it's good to be back. Now, during my absence, I've been staying in contact with my son Nick up here and trying to find out really what has been going on with area lakes. And even though the weather's been cooperating, lately, folks, it seems like the fish really aren't cooperating. It depends on the day. And in other words, it hasn't been a real consistent bite out there. But as far as the walleye action is concerned, up in the northeastern part of the state, guys are still doing fairly well, depending on the day, on lakes such as Bitter, Waubay, Indian Springs, Reeds, Opitz, and as well as some of the smaller sloughs. Now, make sure you have permission, or those sloughs are public access, because there's been a few issues lately. And once again, so we want to make sure everyone is safe and sound out there. So be careful. And then down the southeastern part of the state, the lakes that have been producing walleyes include Dry Lake by Willow Lake, as well as Ponset, Albert, Henry, Thompson, Sinai, Oakwood, 81 Ponds, as well as a few being caught at Beaver, as well as Madison. Now, what have you guys been using to catch those walleyes? A lot of VMC Tingler spoons, typical middleheads have been working really well. Otherwise, some of the other jigs include Seville Vibrato jig, especially up in the northeastern part of the state where the lakes are a little bit deeper. That's when jig's been working well. And then, as I mentioned last week, the Moonshine Shiver Middle jig that has been working really well, especially late afternoon and evening, mainly to the glow part of the jig. So we'll keep those 3 jigs in mind this week. As far as the perch bite is concerned, again, it's been inconsistent, a little bit more inconsistent than more, if you know what I mean. But lakes that have been producing perch include Dry Lake by Willow Lake, Ponset, Bitter, Albert, Henry, Thompson, 81 Ponds, Sinai, as well as Big Stone. And then as far as the crappie bite is concerned, guys, it's still doing fairly well on crappie at Sinai, Ponset, Madison, as well as Thompson. And what have you guys been using? A lot of, bait has been live bait, and also some plastics, waxworms, maggots, and also smaller minnows. And then also, like I mentioned, plastic's been working well. And as far as the jigs are concerned, a lot of perch talkers by Lindy has been really working really well the past week. Also, the Northland tungsten larvae fly has been working well, tipped with a waxworm or a maggot. And then also the VMC tungsten waxtail jig has been really working well for the crappie. So those are the 3 jigs to keep in mind this coming week. Folks, in this week's version of Todd's Tackle Tips, I want to talk to you about a few things. First one is stewardship. Folks, God has given us some great resources to have around us, and it's up to us, our responsibility to take care of them. That means leave them better than when you arrive. And don't leave your junk or your trash or everything else out on the ice for other people to deal with. So I ask and I implore all of you that let's all do our part and make sure that the lakes and the resources that we've been given are taken care of. And so that's my little preach and my little sermon, so to speak. And the second thing is I want to talk about some of the criticism I've been receiving because of this report. Some people think that I'm ruining South Dakota lakes. Folks, that's very far from the truth. This report is just to provide a little bit of a service to make sure your fishing trip is a little bit better the next time. Remember, reports are yesterday's news. I encourage everyone to go out and make their own report. That doesn't mean you necessarily have to share them, but isn't it nice to be able to share the news with people once in a while and share the wealth of that great sport that we all call fishing? So that's the purpose of this report. It is not to do anything other than make fishing more enjoyable for the young people. The young people are the future of our sport, and if it's not for them, guess what? The sport will die. So that's my mission here, and I hope that's all of your mission, is to make sure that this sport continues on as well as it always has been, and that we have the resources that we continue to have, and that we have the fish that we currently have as well. So I hope you're all with me, and I hope you understand where I'm coming from. Now it's time to take a look at a few photos that you sent in to me the past week. And remember, folks, if you'd like your photo included in next week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report, please send it to me. Send it to Todd at DakotaAngler.com or post it to our Facebook wall. And if I use your photo, your name will be entered into a monthly drawing for a $25 gift certificate. And folks, before I leave you this week, I want to make sure you're aware of some ongoing sales we have here at the store. All our remaining rods and combos are all 20% off retail. That again is 20% off retail off all remaining rods and combos as far as ice fishing is concerned. And we also have a few shacks left, especially pop-up shelters, and then also clothing. If you're looking for clothing from Clam, Striker, Frable, we have it. So stop on by here, and it's on sale. It's at great prices that you're not going to find anyplace else. If you have any questions about that, give us a call at 605-336-9132. Well, folks, that's this week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report. And as I said, it's good to be back. So for Dakota Angler, I'm the owner, Todd Heitkamp, and as we say around here, fish on. We'll see you next time. And again, thanks for watching.